We're not getting very many clear answers, particularly on this issue of people communicating and all being on the same page for a presidential or presidential candidate visit. This has happened time and again, going back to 9/11, January 6th, time and again. It's happened again.
I've been told, and I think now the public knows, that the Secret Service was not keeping in touch with local law enforcement, and they're leaving some assumptions that they were leaving certain responsibilities to local law enforcement without even communicating with local law enforcement.
And Senate Judiciary member Chuck Grassley not pleased about it, blasting the communication breakdown between the Secret Service and local law enforcement at that Trump rally shooting. And now we've got new video. This is amazing. That red circle showing a figure running across the rooftop of the AGR building minutes before the shots rang out. The Senate Judiciary Committee Republican Thom Tillis in North Carolina on what needs to happen right now. Senator, very good having you. I can't and still can't believe this latest video. I'm sure there'll be others down the road. But the remarkable lack of communication between agencies that plays out in one disaster after another, going back to 9/11.
Oh, I agree, Neil. I mean, this was really a catastrophic failure. There was no one. There was no way to communicate. There was roughly 30 seconds between the time a law enforcement officer saw a person with a gun on the roof and the time the shots were fired. So there was no way to actually hit a panic button and to clear the president off the stage. I actually believe a life was lost and others are in the hospital because of this breakdown. It starts with the planning. Of course, it's multi-jurisdictional. You expect state and local police officers to be together, working together, but they failed on every measure.
You know, some of this is so startling, not only because we knew the shooter was casing out the place and got permission to fly a drone over the place days earlier. And no one was putting this together. Easy to play Monday morning quarterback, I get that. But there were a lot of failures to communicate and pass word along, even from those in the audience that day who were saying, there's a shooter, there's a guy up on the roof. Nothing.
Well, there were basic mistakes. I mean, even if you defer to local or state law enforcement, you have to make sure that they've got their bases covered. There was a water tower where they could have seen them. There were numerous reports of someone walking across the building. There was a police officer that saw him 24 seconds at least before the first shot was taken. This is inexcusable. There's also something that I requested in the hearing is I want a report of anything that the Secret Service field operation, the protectors, the protective detail for President Trump, since November 5th, 2022, when he announced his plans to run for re-election. I want to know if they were denied, why they were denied. Hopefully, I'm not going to find much, but now we need to know, had there been increased requests for coverage, for coordination, and they've been denied by at least the prior administrator. These are all facts that we need to get to for President Biden's protection as well as President Trump's.
You know, I was thinking of, the president, former president is itching to get back to outdoor rallies, and he will, be in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg. That will be an indoor arena as an event since the shooting for Kamala Harris as well. Do you feel comfortable knowing what you know, Senator, either of them, looking at outdoor rallies as things stand now?
Well, I think that we have to defer back to the Secret Service and agencies. I'm a little bit skeptical based on what happened in Pennsylvania. But we also don't want bad people to actually prevent movement of candidates. So we've got to strike the balance. I think an outdoor venue is fine, but we have to have every base that was not covered in Pennsylvania covered for any of those events to go forward.
Got it. Senator Tillis, thank you. Very good seeing you again. Keep us posted.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.